As I began formulating my plan, I thought back to all those years living on the farm. We always had what we needed. There was no question in that. And I soon realized that to make money, you gotta spend money. And that little bit of money I brought with me, it wasn't gonna be enough. Welcome back, everybody. Driver 53 here, and we are back on No Man's Land. This is episode number 2, and I have very quickly realized that I don't have enough money. Now, we did have some comments in the first episode that were asking me how I had so much equipment just starting out. Well, I started as a farm manager, so that means I had quite a bit of money. And in the storyline, I'm coming from an established farm, so I brought a little bit of stuff with me, but it didn't last very long. Not at all. We are just about broke now, especially considering that I just had to buy a brand new lime spreader. You can see it setting up there over at the shop right now. That's what we're going to do. We're going to pick it up. We're going to fill it up with some lime out of our crusher that we had installed over here, and then we're going to start spreading it on our field because we got to start getting this field ready for the first crop. I still don't know what it's going to be yet, but we have to be prepared whenever the springtime gets here. So this thing has been cranking away all day. So what I need to do now is go ahead and pull up right here. We're going to open up the top here. I love that hydraulic lift opening right there. Boom. The product should start flowing in at any moment. There we go. Absolutely awesome. So we got to make sure we get this thing all the way full because we have a lot of ground that we need to cover over there. As you can see, I went with the really nice wide 18 meter spreader here. I'm going to need it. This is going to be lime only. We may use this for fertilizer also if I can't make any money. But we do have a bunch of silage bales. I've been making some more silage as we've been going along here. In between, kicking up rocks by plowing, picking up the rocks, and then making silage bales. That's what I've been busy doing here since our last episode. And we have quite a few. I think we have almost 2 full trailer loads full of silage. Now, it's going to take some time for all that to ferment, so it's a perfect opportunity for us to get here in the field, put some lime down, and then we're going to be good to go. Now, I know I said that we were going to have possibly another field, and I think that's what we might be working on here in the second part of this episode here today, is expanding over into fields 52 and possibly over into plot number 51. But the first thing I've got to do is get this lime spread down here on this field. Well, here we are, finishing up the last little bit of this field. It didn't take near as much lime as I honestly thought it would. So we're going to finish this off right here, and then I'm going to go store this back over by our crusher over there because I don't have any buildings. That's something that I really have to do, is figure out how I'm going to get some buildings here. We got to make some money. Like I said, I'm just about broke. So I think what I'm going to do is store this over here, take the tractor back over to the farm. Hopefully nobody comes down here and steals it. I mean, we own all this, so hopefully nobody comes down here. You know what? Maybe I should just put it right here, right by the rocks. Yeah, that'll be better. Right there. Tuck back out of the way just a little bit. All right, so perfect. So let's head back over to the main part of our farm. And I think I'm going to get the plow out and start making that second field like we talked about. And then maybe tomorrow we'll figure out a way to make some money. I don't know. I might be able to make some calls. There's not a lot of people in the area, but maybe I can make some phone calls tonight and figure out and see if we can make some money somehow. I don't know. Maybe we can. Is there an airplane around me? Well, that's quite interesting. Good morning, everybody. It is now the next day, or also known as September. Yes, we are really quickly coming up on the parts of the month or the year that I've really got to get some crops in the ground. And I've decided that in our first field, we are going to go ahead and put canola. That's a crop that I'm not going to have to do very much work with or like after the harvest, right? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and put canola in there. I'm not going to have a baler or anything like that. It needs to be put in by, today. Today is the day that we have to get it put in the ground. So that is what we are going to do. We also have our other tractor and our seeder over here. And that's the equipment that we're going to use to actually put the seeds in the ground. Now, we don't have any fertilizer spreader yet or any type of weed prevention. So I'm really nervous about how I'm going to be able to do that. So I don't know. I got to figure out a way to be able to make some more money because we've only got about $12,000 or $13,000 right now. And, I don't know if I'm going to have to spend any more money on seeds or not. I still need a building. I need to get my equipment out of the elements. We've got winter coming up really fast. So I made a call last night to a local place down the road and asked them about lime. Because I said, hey, I've got a way that I can make lime pretty easily. I've got a lot of rocks on my property. And they said that they were always looking for lime, new places that produce lime, because they have a lot of infrastructure around, a lot of new roads, things like that are being built that they could really use that lime for. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take our rock crusher that we were just putting our rocks into. We're going to crush it. We're going to store it for a little while. And then ever so often, we are going to sell it and make some money. That's going to be the way that we're going to make our money to start off with here in the very beginning. But I'm going to put one more container of seeds here in this seeder, and then I'm going to see you guys over at the field. This equipment here is a little bit difficult to use because I'm used to GPS, and we didn't get any GPS here on this equipment, so I'm having to run my own guidelines, using the manual way of doing this. And oh my goodness, it is quite difficult. Oh, make sure we don't hit that tree. All right, so what I need to do now, go ahead and fold this bad boy up. There we go, perfect. Let's go ahead and pull forward just a little bit more. Just barely touch the tree. All right, there we go. So I'm gonna back up now, swing around here. Like I said, this is a little bit more difficult than it was back on my farm that I lived on before. Because, the old man, he had to have GPS on everything. Everything had to have GPS on it. And it makes sense. Precision farming is, a must-have. You got to be able to do things the smart way. This is brutal right here. Oh, let's not break it. Let's not break it. Are we close? Hey, we're close. All right. Let's get our arm back out. There it is. Perfect. All right, here we go. Man, that was quite complicated. I don't know. I got to figure out a better way to go around those trees. I definitely have to figure out a better way to go around those trees. So I'm gonna keep doing this. I don't know if you guys saw it or not. Let me get flipped around here, and then I'll show you guys what we got going on over on the other side of the road. I was busy this morning, and we were picking some rocks. I think you guys can kind of see it right there. Yeah, so that area over there, it's a huge field that we have. We're actually going to put wheat in that field there. It's going to be a little bit easier to be able to get the straw picked up on that field than it will this one. Plus, that one's a little bit bigger. So it's a little bit less hilly also. So the harvester, I think on this side, whatever we get, is going to be a little bit difficult here. But on that side, it's going to be fine. And the baling is going to be fine too. So, I've got to get a baler. I've got to get, there's so many pieces of equipment that I've got to get, or at least lease. Yo, I don't think I'm in over my head yet. I think I'm just going to have to be very smart and make sure that we definitely have a very, very good plan for this winter on how to make some money. That is going to be the very, very important thing that I do this year. So I've got to figure out some ways to be able to get some money, maybe get some lower quality things here. And by lower quality, I mean like some gently used equipment, maybe, is what I need to look at. Because if I can get some gently used equipment, then I think we'll be all right. I'm going to need someplace to store my grain. Because you don't always want to sell it right whenever you harvest it, obviously. So I need a way to be able to sell or store the grain so that we can keep it for a while. I don't know. It's just silos. I need 2 at least. And you got to have building. I got to have that. So I don't know. I gotta figure out what I'm going to do. So as you guys can see, we are finishing up here on the headlands. I've got just a little bit more here that we need to go ahead and put in the ground here for the canola. And then we are going to be done putting seed in the ground for September. We do have one more month here that we are going to be able to put some stuff in the ground. That's going to be October, but we're going to wait and put wheat in the ground then. So, and I am so missing this. I mean, I'm glad I didn't hit any trees. I mean, I'm not immune to crashing. If you guys know anything about me and the channel, we might do some good old crashing here. So, I've got a plan on how to make some money, but I think it's gonna have to be here a little bit more in the winter time. I don't think I've got enough time to do it right now. There's some really cool. It involves lime and rocks. I'll say that. So that's no surprise because we've already talked about doing that. But it's doing it a little bit unconventional way. So I'm really excited to give this a try. It looks like we're going to be done right here with our headland. Perfect. Boom. There we go. Field looks great. Field looks really, really good. So we're going to go ahead and raise this up. And we're going to fold it. And then we're going to stick it back where it belongs. Yeah, the field's looking really, really good. I got to figure out fertilizer maybe. I think we got a little bit of fertilizer because the grass that we, plowed under, I think that's going to give us a little bit of nitrogen. So I don't think we're going to have a problem there. It's just if we want to, fully fertilize this thing, we got to figure out something. We've got this field over here that we're going to need to do something with. So I'm going to go ahead and put the planter and the tractor just right over here. Like I said, next month, that's what we're going to be taking care of there. It's a really, really nice field. It really is. We got all the rocks picked up also out of here. And that's part of where some of our money's going to come from is we've already taken rocks over to the crusher and turning all that into lime. We're going to sell that right now. I need some cash fast. I'm down to under $8,000 and we really, really need some money. Now we do have our silage bales over here that should be fermented well enough to be able to sell in October. So whenever we're putting the wheat in the ground here, we should be able to take all of these bales right here and get some money for them. I'm hoping the price is still going to be good. Whether it is or not, I think we just got to sell it no matter what. I don't think we're going to have time to really make any more bales and get them fermented before, it's too cold to really do anything else. So, yeah, I think it's going to be time to get on to that next plan. And when I see you guys next, we're going to be figuring out, are we going to have weeds? Are we going to put fertilizer down? We're definitely going to put some seeds in the ground over there. And I don't think we're going to be doing any more expansion. I don't have the funds right now. We've got to get buildings built. We got to get silos. We got to get something to harvest. I mean, we got to get some type of vehicle to transport some things. We don't have a trailer for anything right now. You know what I mean? So we've got to get some stuff. My money disappeared faster than I thought it did. It would. So we definitely have to get some equipment. I mean, there's nothing around here to do. There's no jobs. I've got to come up with all the funds myself. So, yeah. But that's going to be it for today, everybody. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up if you would. If you already kept up to date on everything happening here on No Man's Land for Farming Simulator 22, consider hitting that subscribe button. And if you do, hit that notification bell too. Have a great day, night, evening, everybody. Until next time, this This is Driver 53, signing off.